Hello, hello. Am I lagging? I don't think so. Maybe. It's hard to tell on this tiny screen. Anyway, yeah, as the title says, I'm still feeling dead. Every time I feel like something's getting better, another thing decides to break. So, that's life, I guess. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna draw, see what happens. I guess on the plus side, I did finish my first gouache painting in a long time, like actual painting, not like sketchbook stuff. No worries, same here. Dang, my condolences. Yeah, I feel like sometimes I gotta work tomorrow. Oof. Hope you feel better before then. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like mildly cursed, not gonna lie. I'm like, whoever's cursing me, stop it. I'm tired. But yeah, anyway. I've been weirdly still like low-key thriving on traditional art, so I don't know what's going on there. Maybe like have to like, what is it? Not a toss-up. It's like you win some, you lose some, I guess. I don't know. Where are we cooking up? Exactly. I do not know. Genuinely. Looks like a funky creature. Moisturize in their lane, thriving would be the ideal. Yeah, I hope y'all are doing well. Spring is around the corner. I can't remember if this is the 20th or the 21st. Or I guess, autumn for any Southern Hemisphere folk. Awesome possum today. Like I said, I'm hanging in there. I feel like I did something really bad to my back. I have no idea what happened there. Maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know. Had a good time this weekend with some local artist friends at the mall. Nice. What was like a standout moment at the mall? Our local mall is getting demolished. Rest in peace. Flirting successfully. Alright, we got some Riz wins. Alright, I just realized how cursed this thing looks. I don't know. I was gonna start simple here. It is technically flirting season. Spring. Oh yeah, I'll pose together and took a photo together at the Mario Galaxy cardboard standee. Hell yeah. That's amazing. Maybe I'll draw a tired opossum. Let me think. Like a dead one. Craziest thing happened on Saturday. Oh, a Brazilian friend you've been doing some friendly flirting with. We started flirting back, so surprised you. Hey. Hey, you gotta just like shoot your shot, I guess. You never know what will happen. How unpredictable life is. I sent you 8? Whoa. What are you gonna do with all of them? I don't know if the tail should be curved. We're going with curved tail today. I feel like the head should be bigger. Howdy, howdy. I almost did a sketchbook stream today. Almost. Because I really have been enjoying painting, but I don't know, with these weird like back issues, I'm like, maybe I should just not be hunched over. Because I don't have a good setup for traditional art that doesn't force me to work on like a flat table. I have seen like folks with not like an adjustable easel. I did buy an easel, a kind of easel thing a while back, but it's like, it's really unwieldy. Got 4 out of 8 of the collection. Give some dupes to your friends when you're at the mall. Nice. 43% shark, 55% opossum. Feeling the half. Am I seriously the top one today? Honestly, checks out. Feel kind of dead. Howdy. I feel like I've drawn this drawing before, but you know what? Sometimes need a little refresher. Give him an extra finger. Possum is dead. It's me, for real, for real. Also mid right now, getting a new job makes you do so many boring things. Ooh, well congrats on the new job. Hope the adjustment period goes well. Dead or just tired? Yeah, dead tired. Dead tired is a good way to put it. Sometimes when you're dead tired, you get the little X's on your eyes, of course. Totally legit thing that happens. I guess similar to like the little sticker I made. Maybe put some Z's up here. This one's more like... The other one looked more like a traditional possum. This one's like a weird... Not quite furry, not quite like... anthro fella. You have chicken alfredo with broccoli in your future? Ooh, that is a good win. Had some Irish food today. Good old St. Patrick's Day. I like never go out to eat, especially on St. Patty's Day, but I was like, you know what? I have specials today. We'll do that. I don't know if I should color this. I'll put this guy cold, I think. Yeah, Patty's Day. It's Green Day. Wait, wait a second. I am not even wearing green. I don't own anything on my VTuber that's green. Being fake. Nice pint of Guinness for the real experience. Yeah, I wish I enjoyed beer and the like, but I don't. A good day for those who do. Guinness lovers are winning today. Maybe we'll line it. Oh yeah, I figured it'd be really good in Ireland, but like I said, just don't like the I don't know the way you describe the flavor. Like me and blue cheese. Like, everyone's like, oh, it's so good. And I'm like, I understand how in concept it's good, but I cannot stand it. Every time I'm like, oh, this will, I understand you're trying to convince me, but it's, no. I'm like, barely drink any alcohol in general. It's like trying to convince someone who doesn't like coffee to drink coffee. Don't get me wrong, I have been guilty of that. What if this? What's that? Speaking of coffee, got some over here. Yeah, as far as like bitter things, I feel like tea is as far as I go. Beamish exists because back in the day it was difficult to get good Guinness in the southern parts of Ireland, so they made their own version. Ah. It's a good way to solve a problem. This is a very small tail in comparison to the tails I usually draw. That's kind of funny. I don't like it. Get out of here. I think it's this part that's throwing me off. Actually, I haven't done a lot of digital art in a decent amount of time. I think my last art stream was a sketchbook stream. But this is interesting. One of those things I'm like, I wish I had more time to do like all the versions of art. Well, not all the versions. Sculpture isn't really my thing. I've had both, but obviously Guinness is the more popular one. Which one do you prefer? Guinness? Alright. I love like the bizarre names for some meals that are like in the UK. Like bangers and mash. The other one, bubble and squeak. So interesting. I think the head is too high. It should be like, it's kind of floating right now. The fascinating thing about like regional language, like, yes, in theory we can understand each other, but there's just so much like little dialect things that sometimes it's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, the nose didn't go with it. When Ireland became an independent country, they wanted to use the Irish harp as their symbol, but Guinness blocked it because they trademarked it as our logo. That is so silly. The solution, mirror the harp and keep using it. Hell yeah. So silly when people are like, no, I copyrighted this. Especially if it's like something as common as like a harp. I think the thing that I struggle most with like drawing opossums is that their shoulder is kind of in a funky area. But, like it's hidden by all this fur. Because the harp is a national synonym and Guinness is a national brand. Hmm. That's good. On. All right, there they are in all their glory. Guinness branded items. Ah. Forget Gucci. Get Guinness branded items. Yeah, so I have no clue how long today's stream is gonna be. As of late, I have been trying to aim for 3 hours, but I don't know if my back is gonna give me issues halfway through, so we'll see. Just playing it by ear, and I've just been missing so many streams, so I'm like, ugh. To keep some routine going. Favorite place in Ireland was this little pub tucked away in the back streets of Cork City. Probably wouldn't know it existed unless you were stumbled upon or retold by a student or... Wait, what's a gaffer again? I wanted to say it's like an older person, but I don't know. That was just context from watching films. I'd be totally wrong. An old man. Okay, hey, I kind of... Yeah, alright, I gotcha. It is impressive how many things are like under the radar, I guess. I don't know if that would be like a local favorite versus touristy stuff. Oh, that's interesting. Why did it do that? Oh, what the heck? Okay, apparently if I use this as a reference layer, won't color over everything under it. Interesting. Okay, I learned something new on Clip Studio. Using this like program forever. Always full of surprises. That's pink. I don't want pink. Go on the days the students weren't going, so you could just chill and drink. Oh yeah. Yeah, imagine when it's like, yeah, you're competing with students. It's different. I don't know, there is something very endearing about this lightly purple possum. It's not 100%. Oh wait, no, it kind of is. I was gonna say it's not 100% the spicy markings, but I think it is. You were a student, so it's a bit different. I guess, Like, was it your fellow, students abroad? Or was it, like, local students? So, like, it's different. Whee. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. I was been a bit antisocial, so no students were going. Gotcha. Yeah, I know, I do. I admit, once I find, like, the dead hours for a place I like to go, I'm like, yes, we are doing that. Also, less competition on wait times. Mix of mostly Irish students and a couple study abroad students. Gotcha. Alright, how long? Like 26 minutes? Probably less. First legal drink you had sitting at the bar? Yeah, I feel like that's the case for a lot of folks when they study abroad, because the US has, like, probably one of the higher, drinking... what is it? Would you just call it a drinking age? Yeah. I don't know. Would I get arrested if I said I had an illegal drink abroad? After the fact? I remember we were talking about that. It was like a crime you committed, but it's been like so long that it's so banal that it's like, are you really gonna experience the what do you call it? The consequences? Outing myself here. My defense, I didn't buy it myself. People I was with were like, yeah, get your first drink. Here you go. Oh my god, that chicken sounds awful. Apologies if you can hear it. Maybe I should try a Pinterest pose. It's been a while since I've done these. The great thing about Pinterest is, like, they're all stolen images, essentially. I guess, like, as long as I'm not making a profit off of them, it's whatever. Not claiming it as original content. For your birthday last year, your father found someone online who paints random scenes in Ireland, had painted the pub, and bought a coffee. That is, like, such a great gift. Very personal. I sometimes wonder if I should start painting places, because I know, like, places have, like, significance to folks. I kind of do. They're just, like, vague nature places. I don't remember what brush I was using. Pencil. The other thing that I struggle with references is sometimes I rely too much on the reference. It doesn't look like my style. On your father's first night in Ireland, you brought him there. Guess you made a good impression on the owner because you gave your first round for free. Very nice. On one hand, like, being like a bartender or like a pub owner, it sounds like a very chill job. But I don't know, it's also a lot of socializing. I mean, props to the people who can do it. Told him you raised a good kid. Wow. Can't say that's ever happened to me. Then again, I've never really become a regular either. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna rely on this reference and then we'll shift a couple things. Legs. I feel like legs can sometimes be like the weirdest part to draw. Especially if we're going with furry legs. $12,000 points down. 88,000 more to go. I'm trying to think. What would be the math on that? I always forget how, like, see, like, is it 50 points for, I don't know. Twitch has it listed somewhere, how many you get per X amount of time. That changes also on, like, subscription status or whatever. You will achieve VIP. I believe it, yo. I just need to stream more often. I'm gonna make the torso shorter. Burped. I hope that didn't come across. You could be a possum instead. That's true. That is the either or. I mean, technically, if you really want to, I guess you could buy the possum perk. Can't buy the VIP perk. Oh, can you imagine? That'd be so weird if, like, listing on Ko-fi, I'll give you VIP if you give me X amount of dollars. That'd be, ooh, that'd be shiesty. Possum raccoons are like cousins already, small and mischievous. True. I want to make the legs shorter? Maybe. Hmm. Pay me $300 and become VIP instantly. Can you imagine? I feel like somebody, like a streamer, must have. Unless there's like a weird like Twitch rule that they're like, you can't monetize like this. Then they wouldn't get a cut. Does your reckon it was done wonderfully by your friend? Could have asked for more. It is already perfect. Obviously, it's not like a replacement. It's just like you get an extra doodle. I don't know if that's like once you get an OC, you just, not you necessarily, but like a lot of people like to collect as much art as possible. I got a little bit of a collection going. Can't have too many VIPs, limited slots. Oh yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But like if you listed one, bougie. Honestly, the majority of them were gifts, so I think thank the people who are giving me free art. Gifts and art fight. Took the last VIP for somebody. Love getting art of Yersies. Yeah, right? Even if it's like a quick sketch. It's just, I don't know. There's something about it. Yeah, I had to like cut myself off from buying commissions. Oh, it's been rough. It's been rough. Yeah, art fight's a great way to like exchange art. Still haven't decided what I want to do with this picture. Do I want to make them an opossum? I feel like a cat is easy. Got me a new commission every week. Yeah. Oh yeah, also oh raffles, that's another way. Like it does rub me the wrong way when people just make accounts exclusively for grabbing a raffle slot. But like, you know, if you just, like you watch a streamer and they hold a raffle, it's like, you know, whatever. You right? It like honestly that's kind of why I stopped doing raffles on social media, just on stream, because I'm like, the folks who are here we go. But yeah, on social media you get like a lot of folks who just kind of try to like game the system, I guess. Commission Spicy if you had money. I mean, real. Like I said, I got my own, like, yeah, I'd totally commission them if I had the money. Yeah, we'll probably do another raffle on my birthday. Maybe sooner. Once I'm not feeling like hot trash anymore. Thinking of an opossum, but maybe not Spicy the opossum. This is where I put my commission money, if I had any. For real. Okay, I don't know if there's any folks who experience this, who are artists, is like, and you have art on your walls. Do people ask you if you made the art on your walls? Because me personally, I'm like, I don't think I have, I'm looking around my studio. I don't think any of the art on my walls is by me. I'm like, that'd be so funny if I just like filled the entire studio with my own art. Might do a blue sky raffle. Nice, nice. Yeah, like, yeah, if you, because I don't know if people like search the tag, search keywords for raffles, but yeah, they're looking. I haven't done a raffle on Blue Sky. But yeah, back in the Twitter days, there'd be a couple folks. Take some confidence to hang up your own art. And also, like, I'm like, I look at my art all the time, so like, I want to look at other people's art for some inspiration. Okay, what? I have a character. I have a character. What do they look like? I thought of it, if finally decided on an opossum character. But, I don't know. I have drawn them this year. Yes, I have. It's over here. Copy. I think they're technically a... I don't remember. Like a long-eared opossum? They're a different opossum. So they're not very... Let me check. The opossum. Opossum types. Oh no, it was the white-eared opossum. They have very pointy ears. We're getting over here. I don't think I made it pointy enough. But look at that, like, like emo makeup. So they do have a line down their forehead area. I'll flip them around. Look at that, that swirly tail. Why so ear? Why indeed? But then I guess why not? Gotta hear well in the tropics. I think that's where they hang out. More tropical areas. Oh, I'm back. I keep going back and forth whether I want to give them smaller snouts or bigger snouts. The result of very inconsistent possum art. Honestly giving me like bat vibes right now, just on that silhouette. I think y'all are excited for the spring. Excited for the flowers. There've been like definitely late winter flowers popping up, but we need more flowers. Oh, the trees blossoming. Good one. I feel like the torso's still too. Your birthday and Easter. That's exciting. But Easter is a good one. Like, I'm not religious, but like chocolate? Can't go wrong with that. Chocolate plus marshmallow? Good stuff. Easter peeps, they're so cute. I still kind of want a peep plushie. Unfortunately, they're not as soft as I thought. Like, squishy. Like, the fuzz is soft, but they're kind of like hard packed. But they're very cute. I don't know. A decorative pillow, essentially. Oh, you have a Peeps plushie? What color? I know there's like multicolor ones too. I don't know, I'm not feeling this. Blue and pink? Ooh, that's a good color combo. Bunny shaped. Oh, yeah. I forgot to, I mentioned the bunny shaped ones. I actually haven't seen any, like, ones that are shaped like the chicks. That would be very cute, though. A big, round creature. What do they kind of look like? They're just kind of like that. Have that on your couch or bed. Alright, not feeling this page as much anymore. Tuck it away. Go back to this one. This is giving me like very illustration-y vibes. I guess I like this pen and marker combo. Maybe I'll do a room study. Try to do pose study. That didn't make me happy. Or a room study. Go back to Pinterest. Where the heck did I put that? Misplaced all my references. The problem with some of the rooms on Pinterest is that some of them are AI generated. It's not always easy to tell. Okay, I don't think this one's AI generated. Hoping. I wish I could keep my window open while streaming. Fortunately, there's way too much sound outside for it to be worth it. Especially like in the late spring, some fresh air in. It's been raining so much here, and then it stopped recently, so like I do miss the rain a lot, but I was kind of ready for it to stop. Also, more rain means less hiking because it's way too muddy sometimes. Get out there. This room study is very stylized. I'm like not completely following the reference here. I feel like I need to put somebody in here. Actually, no. Maybe looking out the window. Okay, we'll see what happens. Gonna line this and go from there. I want this to be a bird all of a sudden, so with it. Big legs. Like, the lines are kind of thick. I should just go back over it. Size is this 20. Get down to 15. Try the adjust line width thing. Doesn't always work. Oh, okay, we really lost line width there. Interesting. Narrow? Wow. Okay. No, that's not gonna work. Might have to redo it. Try again. Well, at least now I know I can't do that with that specific brush. Oh my goodness. Let Meowstachio raid. Hello. Also, it is Meowstachio's birthday, so please go give him a follow or something. Hello, hello. Also, can you shout yourself out? I'm like blinking. Oh, Munia Cheeks also. Hello, hello. Oh my goodness, y'all. How's it going? Happy old. You can't give yourself a shot. Oh my goodness. Alright, let me try this again. I'll just copy it. Dang, Moobot. Okay. Okay, we can shout out Munia Cheeks. Alright. Backpack Hero and art. Do you have any art tags? What am I working on? Honestly, really random stuff. Just here, let me get rid of this other sketch. Because it's doing some really scrunkly art. Well, let me see. Let me put this all in a folder. There's another one that I wasn't vibing with, so I won't show that one, but started with this, because this is the vibe of the day. Kenku? I guess it's not the Kenku, it's not like my D&D character, but it's just like, yeah, a Kenku-esque character. Get followed, nerd. Art tags. You could just link either like... Some people are like, oh, link what we're working on. I mean, you can if you want to. Or you could just link something that you're like, I'm proud of this. Showcase this. Also, I like how you spell art, art text. Also, for no reason whatsoever, not pointing out anything, nothing at all, just, you know. So this word, a little lesson on how to pronounce it. Not douche, it's dulce. Dulce de leche. Just throwing that out there. I was I was totally not losing hearing the pronunciation. So dulce, little Spanish 101. Dulce de leches. The leeches. Yeah, sure. Leche. It literally means like, gosh, it's a weird translation. Candy of the milk? Sweet of the milk? I don't know. It's just a very nice, milky, sweetener? I don't know. Oh yes, I am very aware. Alright, we got the art text. Can I drag it? Oh, no, just copy it. Woohoo! Oh, Genshin Impact? Ramen Hoodie. Such a cute character. This is so beautiful. The details. Oh, then again, Genshin characters have so many details. I applaud you for for going ahead and doing all the details. Because woof. But no, this is amazing. I also love the colors. These are... What does this make me think of? Like matcha and strawberry? I also didn't know that Genshin had like anthro characters. But yeah, thank you so much for the raid. Also, I know y'all have been streaming for a bit, so if y'all need a raid and run, feel free to. Get a snack, self-care. And yeah, I'm just vibing here. So yeah, follow... I always say this wrong. Munia. Munia. That's how you say it. Okay. I always want to pronounce the Mew part. But yeah, also the link should be up there for the blue sky. I love the aggressive. Take care of yourself now! Yeah. I do remember you telling me that, and then like, it just went right over my head. And by right over my head, I mean like, it just got erased. Not that I didn't get the joke. Everything's a dirty joke. Like the douche de leche. Oh god. I do like forget that Spanish is not super prominent. I live in like the Pacific Northwest has an unusually high, I guess West Coast in general has a usually high rate of Spanish speaking. You need to be yelled at to take care of yourself. It's true. It's true. Need like accountability buddies sometimes. I feel like for eating, that's a common one. Some people are like, doop-a-doop, I forgot to eat. Why do I feel so awful right now? Drinking water. Speaking of, where is my water? But yeah, just doing a room study. A random Pinterest photo. Howdy, howdy. Insert Why Am I Anxious by Tom Cardy. It's kind of weird because, like, I don't know what's a better way to put this. I feel like as a teenager, it's kind of like raw dogged anxiety. I was like, I don't understand what anxiety is. I just feel bad and whatever, I guess. I guess this is just life. I feel like I really struggle with understanding like a lot of terms, like anxiety, just called the brainworms. Yeah. Like it took me forever to understand autism because like they worded it in such a weird way and I was like, okay, guess that's not me. And now I'm like, wait a second. No, it is. Oh, like, with ADHD, they're like, do you feel like you are being driven by a motor or something like that? And I'm like, what does that mean? Driven? Like, I don't know. I feel like my head is buzzing. Does that count? Oh, there's an ad. Also use it for a bit. Neurodivergence unite. True. Defenestration. What? I need to look this up. The action of throwing someone out of a window. The action of dismissing someone from a position of power or authority. Okay, wait a second. I'm getting flashbacks. I feel like I have heard this and then just like promptly forgot. There are so many words. So many good words. There's so many words, it's like, huh. I think we need to like add more funky words like that and like just regular day-to-day words. That way we can actually like remember them. Learn that word dying to fall damage in Terraria. Oh, that does sound like such a Terraria thing. Maybe I'm gonna put the windowsill lower so it doesn't look like the beak is just resting on it. It just comes from reading more books, which is still on your agenda. Weirdly enough, like, I do love the handy thing, like, with ebooks that you could just look up words on it. But if anybody has watched Schitt's Creek, oh my god, Moira, she just, like, speaks like a thesaurus, essentially. I understand a fraction of what she says, and I wish I could just, like, pause and look up all the words she's saying. So funny to have to stop mid-argument to look at a word and be like, oh, hold on a second. I mean, it's responsible. Some folks are like, I don't know what that is, or I'll pretend I know what that is, and keep going. Also, just recently I learned that apparently we're all using the word trauma bond incorrectly. What we're actually, what we're usually actually talking about is trauma connection. So when you meet someone who has similar trauma to you and you're like, oh my god, we're the same, except not exactly. Whereas trauma bond, it's like when you when you bond with like the person who's being abusive to you, or vice versa. So it's like, yeah, we've definitely been using that wrong. This bird creature doesn't have a tail. Maybe it's just like the nub in the back. Crash out? Wait, what is crash out? Okay, maybe. Yeah, I've been using crash out incorrectly. Love bombing? I heard. I'm questioning about love bombing. I've heard love bombing is like a sick trait that you could do. Like in an abusive. Yeah. Lavishing someone with attention or affection, especially in order to influence or manipulate them. Right, and I think some people have like turned it into a positive thing. Or like a teehee, I'm just love bombing. But yeah, I need to look up crash out because I'm like, wait a second. A sudden intense emotional breakdown, outburst, or reckless loss of control. I mean, I think it's used like more lightly, but not necessarily like incorrectly. I don't know. Love bombing is just someone over gifting or hyping people thing. See, I think that's the incorrect take of hyping people up. Cause yeah, no, I mean, how I just read it just now with the dictionary definition, it was like, no, it's used in a manipulative way. Because like I've heard it a lot used for like, okay, sorry, this is gonna get a little dark for a second. So like with abusive people, after like if you get like in a really bad like situation and then the other person's like, I'm trying to get out, I'm gonna leave, but they're like, no, let me love bomb you. They're gonna like give you gifts, tell you all the nice things, all the things you want to hear. And yeah, that's the love bombing part, but that's a manipulation tactic. So yeah. Yeah, no, because like if someone's like, I'm gonna give sub everything, I wouldn't be like, ooh, that's a love bomb. It's not wrong, but it's downplaying what it's intending to convey. And that's true. That's true. And I guess like similar to Meltdown, I guess. Yeah. Oh, it's interesting how yeah, both love bombing and trauma bond both are in reference to abusive things, but then have been like weirdly misinterpreted. There was another one that I came across that I was like, yeah, that's not exactly what it was. Was it? Maybe it was one of the more downplay ones. Oh, gay panic. A lot of people like are like, teehee, I had a gay panic. Oh god. Okay, this is getting so grim, but yeah. Anyway. But yeah, sometimes good to look up, you're like, oh, this new term I heard. Maybe look it up. It's just how words work. I'm not 100% sure if I get your meaning there. There's some that I'm like, I understand how folks interpret it that way. Panicking over being gay for someone. Because I've heard it in like it's used as an excuse to be harmful towards people. Like, I'm just gonna look it up because I don't want to be like just straight up saying misinformation. Okay, yeah, historically, it was a discredited legal defense, gay panic defense, where attackers claimed a victim's sexual orientation caused them to react with violence. That's the great part. I know we're on an ad break, so I don't know how many folks actually heard that part. I mean, short in words, the two make sense. Yeah. I think it's just like a lot of historical context. And sometimes it's like, you know, language evolves, so that makes sense. But sometimes it's like, I don't know. Gotta be a little bit more mindful where some things come from. Like, there's like a lot of like also like ableist terms that are like in day-to-day words as well, which is unfortunate. Like, I know a lot of people don't know they have very ableist origins. Like, I usually like straight up read it in like books that are being published today and stuff. Like fiction, not like what do you call it? Not like academic books. I'm not sure if coloring this with this marker was the way to go on this texture, but we're doing it. Raw chalk, it's been de-euthanized. It's true. I literally just like said it earlier. Raw dog anxiety. It's like going to the 2000s media. It's like, oh dang, they used a ton of slurs back then. Yeah. Oh, multiple personalities, that too. Language evolves. Yeah. Yeah, and it's tricky because it's like, are we all on the same, like, I don't want to say level, but like, are we all aware here or no? Did I tell you? You want to know? I don't know if brown is the way to go here. I want us to draw like The couch is orange in the reference, which is great. To have an orange couch. More like a coral red color. So I used to I learned about underpainting in school, but I didn't ever do it in digital art, really. And now I'm now that I use funky brushes that try to mimic traditional art, I'm like, oh, I could see, yeah, how using underpaintings would work. I wonder what cracking meant. I haven't heard this one. Care to share? Or is that one that I should just look up? I just think it's so funny when people are like, oh my gosh, you're such a good artist, I can't even color in the lines, and I'm like, heh, who's coloring in the lines over here? Couldn't be me. Another way to say smashing, boning, fucking cracking. I was cracking the other day. That's wild. You're cracking your friend? I mean, friends. Some people have different friends, you know? I don't know if I like the duller blue. We're gonna keep the duller blue for now. Wait, so when people say what's cracking, wait, that's a term, right? What is cracking? I'm gonna crack you. Oh, okay. Feels very threatening. Words with threatening auras. It's so funny how some words just sound gross. I feel like I totally have gone through this conversation before. It does. Thought it was a threat. I mean, yeah, understandable. Oh, okay. I forgot. Spring also means it's lawnmower season. Or leaf blower? I don't know. There's not really leaves around. Power tool season. Not a fan. Put some green up here since the table's green. Balance it out a bit. Oh, your allergies, yep. Yep. Allergies can manifest in such a funky way. Sometimes I'm like, am I sick? Do I have allergies right now? I feel bad. Fill some green pants? I don't know. I kind of want to make the hoodie yellow, but then it just kind of looks like the curtain turning into the hoodie. Gosh darn. Color theory and whatnot. Try out the brighter color that I had earlier. It doesn't look very bright. I usually make the eyes yellowish. What happens there? I'm like, I've been telling myself this for the longest time. I really need to go to the library and like get some illustrated books. I think it's like you have to hang out in like the students, not the students, the children's book area. Everyone always looks at you weird. What are you doing here? I'm like, I'm researching. I'm an illustrator. I was like, buying them? Way too expensive. The price of color printing, it's a lot. I used to not understand why until I had to print things myself for my shop back in the day, and I was like, ah, gotcha. Sometimes printing in black and white, the way to go. That was what was so great about printing for Inktober. Just black ink. Draw the pictures, so I'm looking how others draw the pictures. Exactly. This is orange. Slightly. I'm like, is this worth posting? I don't know, just lately I've been having such a hard time gauging what art I should post on my account. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm losing the plot with my themes. You like it? Okay, thank you. That was a great vouch. So I will post it. It's so funny because sometimes I'm like, I'll just post this because I have nothing else to post. And then it actually does really well. So I don't know what people like. Also love it. Aw, thank you. Now, let me see if I can show y'all the reference picture. Also, just like a reminder to myself that I did not come up with this background by myself. Copy image. Has a cat on it. Also, I just noticed this weed leaf thing. Only eat the best art. You are the first course. That's an amazing metaphor. Oh, I didn't even notice this like funky. Is it a lamp? Yeah, I'm looking at this from far away. I can't tell if the table is green or it's like funky reflection. I think the table is green, but also like very reflective. Yeah, that's a reference. Way less items. One day I would like to do a more maximalist kind of background, but I was like, keeping it simple for today. How are we doing on contrast? Mulled cider? Ooh. Sounds really good. I think the hoodie could probably be a little darker. Should color the legs. Crow legs are usually like kind of a dark color as well. It's been a while since I started with this kind of marker drawing. I do like the texture. It's a little bit different than the watercolor one I usually use. I don't know if the room would actually be over here. I'll add it because it kind of looks without it. Oh, I haven't shown y'all the painting I finished this weekend. I didn't decide whether I wanted to post it yet or wait until the postcard showed up. Here we go. This was done with gouache, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It's like I said, it was I've only been doing gouache on my sketchbook, and then finally I was like, okay, breaking out the good paper. Good paper being like it's cotton rag instead of like paper pulp, I guess. I mean, no, wood pulp. And yeah, I'm always like afraid of breaking out the fancy paper because I'm just like a perfectionist. I'm like, well, what if I ruin it? No, I'm really happy. Colors are so nice. Thank you. Yeah, I was surprised. Usually don't color this bright. Like, it's like much duller in comparison. Because I'm usually unsure of how things are gonna print too, but I don't know, yeah, when I changed this to like CMYK, which is like for printing, it did not eat away the color surprisingly, so I don't know. Fun dip. Yeah, I was like, this not purple possum, this blue possum. It's like a random reoccurring possum that I've drawn that's not spicy. And I was like, I don't know, maybe they'll pop up more. Because I wanted to do more like storybook inspired paintings. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. Colors are pretty CMYK already. It sets the vibes. Yeah, but sometimes when you like switch the mode, it gets really dull because the printer's like, I can't print that. It's too bright. But yeah, I was surprised it actually. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out because yeah, I just sent it to the printers. Hopefully it'll show up before the end of this month. And yeah. Maybe I'll post the image tomorrow. And then I can post it as a postcard. Post it as the postcard. When they actually show up. I can post this tomorrow, actually. The art queue is growing. It used to take me like a bajillion years to like make art. It looks so weird. This is what happens when you don't color in the lines. Everything looks blobby when you get rid of the lines. The lines are carrying it. I guess I could add a little bit more shading. What's this? Me without my glasses, same. When I meet, it's like a good chunk of people, a good chunk of the population who are adults do have glasses, but also like there's still those folks who don't, and I'm just like, how dare you have good vision? Also like, dang, I'm impressed. Still have good vision. I feel like glasses have become like such a thing to my identity. That's kind of weird to think about it. Waking up in 1080p? Exactly. What? Can't imagine. Their secret contact wears. That'll be the weirdest, like, plot twist. But I have noticed that more and more people who don't wear glasses every day have had to switch to reading glasses recently. Start today at 144p. Yeah. Crunchy. Okay, actually not crunchy. We're just like fuzzy. That'd be weird if like vision could be deep fried. Where did I put the marker? It's like hidden somewhere. Ah. Like sometimes I do get up and I don't put on my glasses and I wander around for a bit and then I'm like, I don't know, just something feels off. In the dark or like in the little bit of dark, impossible. It's like your vision's already bad as is in the dark, and then get that extra debuff of no glasses. You don't get the pleasure to downgrade when you're tired of saying, I've seen enough. That's kind of, yeah, kind of how I feel about with like hearing aids. I'm like, sometimes you could just like be like, okay, I'm done hearing. Whoop, goodbye. I'm like, dang. Sounds kind of, there are perks. I love the memes like, I've seen enough, takes off the glasses. What the heck is this, bro? That's gritty. The staring contest, unfocusing helps you a lot. Oh, you know what? Yeah. I don't know if it's good for my eyes, like to purposely unfocus, but I do use unfocusing, especially while doing traditional art, to be like, is the contrast good enough? Can I still see details if I defocus a bit? I should just take my glasses off and like look at it far away. I don't know which one's better or worse for my eyes. Same. Nice. Yeah, 'cause I'm like, yeah, who else has figured out the art art kind of blind hack? Because like with digital art, I can just be like, all right, we're zooming out. Let's put the black and white filter on. Where are the lines? Try something. Oh wait, okay. Oh, it's because it's not visible. I was like, what's happening? Trying to run an action here. With it, without it. Yeah, I like that better. Doop. Wait, did I not take a break during the ad break? I didn't. I was too busy yapping. 15-ish minutes? I could wait. I gotta move my back around a bit because I'm like... Okay, so there's that. I think I can fit here. The yap is too strong. I kind of lost my voice for yapping too much this weekend. It's always weird because I'm like, I don't feel like I yapped a lot. Like, especially like in conversation with folks. And then I have like, and I was like, oh, I guess I yapped a lot, jeez. I was like, I hope I gave people room to talk. I feel like I did, but... Oh, that. Save. Okay. What's this? Dulce de leche, okay. Name this crow. And let's look up another interior. And hope it's not AI. I wish Pinterest gave you the year that something was posted. I know you can like try to dig into like the inspect element thing, don't know if it's always accurate either. Alright. Do some investigating here. Like, I think it's just a really low-res image. I got candles, 2 cats. Oh shit. Millennium Falcon down there? Yeah, but such a good AAVE word. Glad it's more mainstream. Yeah. Yeah, weirdly, like... yeah, I feel like a lot of, AAV words got, like, popular. I want to say because of streaming. A lot of people say TikTok, but I don't know. I don't know. I still can't get over playing whatchamacallit. Be Star Wars, right? I was looking at that. I was like, at first I was like, what is this? And I was like, wait a second. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, speaking of Star Wars, I was like, yeah, I remember in KOTOR when he was like, you're just a simp. And I was like, what? When did this game come out? That was wild. It's like a word grandparents used to be sexist. Really? Yeesh. Okay, I guess I see what you mean by reclaimed. Oof. Okay, wait, no, I don't need the reference image here. Yeah, okay. I have decided that it is not AI. It's a really low-res image. Heard in many rap songs. Ah. Why your crow has no cats? Wait, where do you see the cats? Did I give him cats? There is a cat in the other reference image sitting on the windowsill. Oh, can you imagine a crow with cat? That would be kind of funny though. The ref photo. Gotcha. Yeah, because this other one is slightly different. Weird griffin. Oh, we got the brush leg. Okay, here we go. Whoa, it's still moving on its own. Yeah, no cat. I thought about it and I was like, I feel like this is a decent focal point. I thought about putting a plant here too, and then I was like, nah, that might be too much. Okay, so this is a couch. Just a 1-point perspective thing. Wait. Oh, okay. I have a GIF right under my reference photo, and I was like, what is moving over there? So many pillows. I like the aesthetic of having a lot of pillows, but I also don't like having a lot of pillows while I'm sitting down, so they'll probably just end up on the floor just getting dirty, and that's not ideal. The pillows can be weirdly expensive sometimes. A pillow investment. I guess this couch is like a futon. I love a mattress of pillows. Like a nest. So nice. And I want to get one of those that are, it's like, has like the arms. Like sit here. This is spicy stick figure. I don't know. I have to get a comfortable one. This is a bad thing about ordering online. Don't know if it's gonna be good. There's a nest of plushies right now, so cozy. Very nice. Plushies definitely add to the coziness. Dang it. Drawing this all in the same layer. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, no. Get rid of this picture. Anymore. The long journey of undo. I also like the vibes where it was going, but alright. Okay. Paste the old image. I liked sketch. Try this again. It's been a while since I've done that. Painted on the same layer that I wasn't supposed to. I forgot the back line. Here-ish. Kind of. Plants. Very aesthetic. Whatever. Like I had to do something important today. That's never a good feeling. I think I'm just gonna, like, crash after stream. I do wonder about trying to make it a goal to do a little painting in my sketchbook every day. I don't know. Possum. Possum is eepy. Very true. We're gonna just be the electronic possum. Yeah, because like I know some folks like posted every single day. They do a new drawing every single day. Or presumably they also do like a big batch of drawings and then scatter them. I don't know. I like briefly did posting every day. And after a while I was like, okay, that was fun. Let's not do that again. 47%. Dang. Wait, did I get booted from my percentage? It was 74, I think. Which I said, checks out. Dead possum vibes. Tired possum vibes? Yeah. I get something every day last year, but it was not like just finished pieces daily. Those people scare me. How? Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to add like little limiters. The person that comes to mind for me does landscapes and like the same sketchbook that I have, which is like 4 by 4 inches. So at least it being small makes it faster. Because like I figured out I could make a landscape in like tops. I mean, sometimes as short as 20 minutes, sometimes as long as an hour, so like, I don't know, just the mental setup for me sometimes it's just like, I don't know, it makes it feel like it way longer than it should be. But yeah, no, I also, yeah, I think people batch post, or batch make it, and then, yeah, scatter it. Because, yeah, I think it's one thing... Oh, yeah, it's another thing to do it yourself. And it's another thing to be like, I'm gonna post this. Because, yeah, no, when I first started drawing, I was like, I'm gonna draw every day in my sketchbook, but I wasn't posting it. So there's way less pressure, and also the whole time that it takes to just post something. Sometimes you want to make a cardboard craft all day. True, true. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I wish I could just focus on, like, one particular craft, I guess. Like I'm just gonna focus on, I don't know, let's just say wash paintings, and that's it. We're not gonna go back to digital. But no, I get too antsy after a while. I'm glad I never felt the need to get into music, get into like outside of visual art. I was like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of visual art that I'm heavily invested in, but it would have been even more rough if I was like, nope, I'm gonna also try to do music. I'm gonna try to do acting. I'm gonna try to do singing. I mean, that's music too. I don't know. What are the other parts? Dancing. Dancing's fun though, for fun, but not like professionally. Spend time on a long craft. Need to get started on Pause 3.0. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I definitely ditched even attempting to do fursuit making. I still want a spicy fursuit head. Not that I like wear it really. I don't know, just something about like the idea. And then like, yeah, fursuits have, rightfully so, really increased in price the past couple of years. Restart and delete your art. Did you make your last fursuit head? If you're asking me, I did not. I have never made a fursuit head myself. The most I've gotten was I made some paws, but like I didn't completely finish them. After a while, I was like, whatever. And I have like a couple pair of paws that came with my other fursuit partial, so I was like, I don't need to make more paws. Making a head is scary. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many options too. It's like, do you go with a resin head? Do you go with a foam head? Do you go with a pre-made foam one, or do you carve it yourself? There's also different types of foam. There's a lot of choices on how to get started. I did see the appeal in possibly buying a foam head that like it's like in a mold and then you just carve it out. Oh, 3D printed head? Yeah, that too. Oh, the Dino Mouse? The Dino Mouse? What am I saying? Dino Mask route, yeah. I think the U in the word route was what threw me off. That's so funny. Darker. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna align with this one. This looks very similar. Do it again. Yeah, like making a head from scratch definitely seems a lot more intimidating. Luckily, like, yeah, as far as like you can buy a base. It does get expensive though, but still not as expensive as having someone else make it completely. Like also like pre-made eyes. I feel like if I were to get pre-made eyes, I'd have to like custom request them because of the weird red in the sclera for spicy. Or I could paint it myself, but I don't know. Okay. Oh, right. I was gonna be a character in here, not just couch. Who's gonna be hanging out here? The eyes don't seem too annoying to make. Yeah, and I guess it depends what kind of eyes you want to. Like the follow me eyes, you can make them, but a lot of people just 3D print them, then paint them. Or like the domed like kimono eyes. But then that cuts off some breathing, so I don't know about that. Pickable nose, oh yeah. I feel like a pickable nose though is complete aesthetics. unless you have like unless your character has a piercing. Of a fella just draw me like one of your French girls over here. No, okay. Oh, the worm on a string. You got worms. Your character's chilling here. I know some people prefer sitting on a floor to a couch. No. Depending if the couch is uncomfortable, I pick the floor. But definitely prefer to sit on the couch. None of your characters would be best for a fursuit. They're made with very animation to be very animation friendly because of the past horrors. The past horrors. All the animation designs you've seen. Like they're too complicated? Like overly detailed, I guess. Gotcha. I don't know, I could still see that work for a fursuit. Like, not the traditional, like, type of fursuit. But... yeah, because I feel like, yeah, by traditional I mean, like a very specific base and stuff like that. But I feel like, yeah, it's pretty open-ended. But I guess sometimes you're, like, reinventing the wheel for certain things. It's kind of how I feel about having a opossum sona, so, like, all the bases are, like, for dog creatures for the most part. And I was thinking of maybe getting one that is, like, either a dog or a cat, but either, like, adding more foam to the nose to make it look a little, like, more possumly. There are so many warrior cat maps and ref sheets that would have 3 million colors. Oh no! Got all the colors. Yeah, back when folks would be like, more equals better, right? Sure. Wait, do I? Yeah, okay. I'll keep tail there. And it's just resting on the tail, I guess. So interesting to look back and see that, yeah, all your designs were made to be animated easily. You did the right thing. Yeah, because I feel like the only way you can get away with like overly complicated designs is if you do 3D animation. Because once you make the model, which don't get wrong, it'll still be a pain and a half. You don't have to draw it a bajillion times. But the bones, true. Yeah, like didn't say it's like completely easy, but I feel like easier. Maybe they'll be like posing, like, hear me out. Dabble in the 3D. In 3D, the horrors. Whole ass third dimension to worry about. Yeah, but I mean, some people just like thrive in it. They're just like, yes, this all makes sense to me. I will focus on this. Couldn't be me though. I think I should make this a tiny bit taller. Oh, it went with the tail. Okay, I didn't on the same layer. Dude, were they always on the same layer? Yes, they were. It is very interesting to me that some people are really good 3D artists, but they're like, I can't draw. I'm like, huh? How does that work? I feel like you'd still know have some understanding of form. Then again, I kind of suck at making sculptures, so hey, yeah. Funky background stuff. I'm gonna make it a different color because it's hard to tell what's going on here. No, orange. Okay, we have an ad break coming up. I should get up and stretch. I was complaining about my back, and guess what? This is the consequences of my own actions. Alright, let me get that going. Okay. Alright, ads over. This is the funny thing about me being like, it's gonna be a short stream, and then get invested. I'm like, I want to finish this drawing. Snazzy BRB screen. Wait, I can't remember. Wait, were you there when I was making it? But thank you. I also realized I didn't turn my mic off when I headed out, but it was like, really heard me, didn't hear me coughing or anything. Forgot, probably. I mean, yeah, I'm just like, is it mentally new content for you? I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, yeah. I was actually surprised that a good chunk of it was actually done on stream. There are times when I'm like, would I be more productive if I didn't stream? And then I like look back at all the things I made on stream and I'm like, no, it does help me stay on task. This guy's forehead is kind of tall. I don't know, maybe It's like a half, call it bull terrier. Half something with a super fluffy tail. Whatever, they're just chilling. I don't like how this overlaps on some of the below. I feel like it needs a clear silhouette. I could move it too. Oh, this tangent line. A little bit better. Okay. I think we're good on the lines. Is this? Okay. Merge those two together. Call it characters, maybe? Okay. Very gray and like do have like orange below. I could start with that. Kind of matches the color scheme of this other one. I wonder if folks care about seeing the reference images, or it just really doesn't matter what it was based on. It is a little funky to me, like seeing an illustration and then later running into the reference image. You think it's neat? Yeah, I was like, maybe I could like link it in the under the post. Because it shows your process. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, because I was like, when I saw a different artist's references, I was like, the references look different enough from the person's art, and I was like, that's interesting that they don't focus on trying to make it match. They like literally just use it as something that's referenced, you know? And it also made me approach references with a slightly different attitude, I guess. Like, we don't have to copy it perfectly or anything. More about the vibes. That way you can like keep a little bit of style going on. I'm glad I have like VODs to look back on, because sometimes I'm just like, I don't remember how I approached this piece. Oh hey, look at that. It's in a VOD. Look at that. Got the star in the center. Sparkalo. So I haven't decided what color to make the characters. I feel like they kind of have to be not too no patternful. There's already a lot going on in the background. Oh, they have a lot of candles in this image. Probably gonna ignore that. Change the color of these a little bit. I don't know, like, weirdly enough, I can't remember if I mentioned this on the stream before. The rise of AI images has weirdly made me want to make things like just art a little bit more sketchy. A little less neat. I don't know. Maybe because, like, well, what the machine aims to achieve for the most part, so let's change it up a bit. Want better to go back to the better way of lying, Photoshop. Right? I feel like there's more... It's more respectful. Be like, alright, well, you learned a skill for this. You can, I'll give you a pass. Machine has a program version of what perfection looks like, and it's uncanny to us. Yeah, yeah. And like, even if I try to make things super perfected look on it, it's just like, well, what am I doing? What's got like hyper realism? Like, it's very much a flex. Like, whoa, that's impressive. But like, you know, now that cameras exist, what's the point? Don't get me wrong, it's fun to just like, it's also good to practice these things, but I don't feel like they should be the end result. End all be all, I guess. It doesn't make sketchy lines, it makes clean lines sterile. Yeah. There is like a painterly style it also mimics, which kind of bums me out because I really like that painterly style. Because I think a lot of like Chinese artists actually use it for digital art. Like I kept seeing it pop up in like, what is like the really popular Chinese social media? But anyway, that was when I was like, dang, not rough. But I was like, well, you know what? Return to real paint, I guess. This is not made by artists, made by tech bros, designed to make max profit. I mean, it still scrapes from IRL artists. That's a weird part, is that like, to a certain degree, it does have artist-related things because it's scraped by artists, but there is, yes, a weirdness still added to it. Because it's like a weird amalgamation of it. Imagine not making art for the love of the game, right? I did often question myself sometimes, because like, I have been technically monetizing my art forever. Have I been making big bucks? No. I mean, it's mostly me just being like, want to make a little bit of money so I can keep doing this. So that's why I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not purely in it just for the profit. Because yeah, I would cure, like, there would be fellow artists who didn't know that I was making money on my art, and they would just straight up be like, I can't imagine who would do something like that. And I'm like, eh. I mean, like, yeah, if I could, if I had other skills, don't get me wrong, maybe we'd do art just for fun, but I don't know. I feel like there's a middle ground. Like, at the end of the day, it's still gonna be making art no matter what. There have been so many times I'm like, fine, I'll quit. And then I'm just like, no, I have to make art. It's a compulsion. It's a need. But yeah, making art, yeah, just for, like, I guess just for art? I mean, no, sorry, just for money? I feel like it would show in your work. It's kind of like back when people were like, oh, I guess I'll make furry art because that's where all the money is. Ugh, ew. And it's like, okay, you can like tell that they like didn't enjoy it. Like, wait, I don't know if they actually got a lot of clients, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like the vibes will still. Yeah. Yeah, it is funny because yeah, like a lot of the like weird things that, I don't know, discussions that AI art has brought up, they did kind of, some of them did exist before. It just makes it easier and faster to do it. We have the attitude, you can tell, yeah. Yeah, because like, I wouldn't be lying if I didn't say, well, I'm gonna try some free art because I hear it does make a little bit more money, but I mean, I genuinely liked drawing animals since like forever. gonna be too much orange. Yeah, creatures. Yeah, and especially since, like, at the end of the day, I was like, I actually like drawing these critters more than drawing humans, not gonna lie, which is what I was doing before. So not only does it make a little bit more money, but it's also more fun. At least for me, you know. Not speaking for other folks. Okay, I kind of like that look. Still not sure what this guy's gonna be. Ooh, just a yellowish dog. People are like, oh, furries love commissions. And yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's because, like, anime sonas aren't really a thing. Like, they do exist, but not to the level of, like, personas. Getting roared at. Getting rewarded. That's what the closed captions decided that word was. You're just a little bit pink in the ears. I feel like anime sonas aren't actively called that. Instead, we do have anime sonas, but they're VTubers. That's true, but not everyone's a VTuber slash streamer. So yeah, no, you can make a decent buck from VTubers. And, like, don't get me wrong, like, back when I was doing anime art, yeah, with VTubers weren't really a thing. They were just in, like, the very beginning that people couldn't afford a lot of the stuff. But yeah, no. Yeah, I feel like the VTubers have made a huge market, actually, for, yeah, the quote-unquote anime sonas. You can look up fan art of your favorite characters, but it's your OC, you gotta make it yourself. Yeah, that's true. And never mind, I knew some people commission fan art of their favorite characters, but it's also, like, you probably won't get caught. It's just, like, such a dicey thing to base your business on because it is using other people's intellectual property. Someone got cranky at me because I was like, no, I'm not gonna draw your, Oksona. Sorry, it's a little bit too risky. And they're like, everyone else does it. And I was like, oh, okay. It is in my terms of conditions. They both have, like, whitish pants. Maybe I should change that. That's when VGen started. It's made for VTubers, now it's for everything. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, and even, like, streaming assets. Also, like, the whole, like, emote, like, panels and whatever, like, that is also definitely a market. But I was never, like, really part of the streaming community, so I had no idea what was going on. I definitely feel like the line should be darker. But we'll get back to that. Can't color. Go like copy this guy's shirt. Apply the pants over here. Selling furry art on an anime website is so funny. Yeah, that's why I've been like kind of hesitant about advertising on VGen, but I mean I know people do. Kind of like me when I was on Fur Affinity and I was like, oh, let me post my anime art too. Like no one hated it. I mean like nobody like hated on it, so that was nice of them. But it definitely was not like the place to do it. I don't know if that's a good way to put it. Wait, I actually did get a human commission on Fur Affinity. Okay. VGen is so funny. Apparently you can't be discovered until you do all the missions. Wait, what are the missions? Sounds very gamified. Yeah, like on one hand it's nice that they kind of made it hard for like scammers to be part of it, but also like that does sound like kind of tricky. Like I need to do commissions to get noticed, but I'm not getting discovered through here. Grand opening quest. That's dramatic. I'm gonna look this up. Vegan? That was yeah. Onboarding checklist with an artist dashboards. How to make your profile pic more profile public and discoverable. Establishing your commission services, activating your account, allowing you to move from private to being listed. Huh. Okay. Sounds more dramatic than it is. Oh, you're essentially just verifying yourself, right? Or is it actually way harder than that? All your commissions have been through pure advertising and not the site itself. Oh, okay. Not hard, just annoying. Yeah, like what are you missing? I mean, unless it's like self-doxing, but... Profile showcase, which is like, that's what your socials are for. Oh, so they're like asking you to essentially treat it like social media? Hmm. Yeah, those sound kind of rough. I don't paint this binder up here. I feel like that's kind of tricky because on one hand, VGen seems to be like the place to go, but like I feel like it's less so for furry artists. I could be totally wrong. There could be like a furry artist making hella bucks there, but I don't know, huh? Yeah, it's hard. It's also like there's the trust aspect too from clients. So if they like, I know a lot of people have just like straight up been like, I am never commissioning anybody just based on I don't know, just from them being on social media because there's a lot of people scamming. Which sucks for the people who are like, yo, I'm just trying to make a living here. Always the scammers, ruining it for everyone. Most furries on Ko-fi? Oh, interesting. Yeah, Ko-fi, or like I see people use like Google Forms as well. Scamdito alert. Who are you scamming? Wait a second. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Good amount of people being VGen though. Though I'm here. Wait, let me see. Can I do the bandito? Okay, I don't know how accurate the number is, but we'll say it's 4 times apparently. Honkshu. Bagels. Bagels are scamming donuts. Is a bagel just a savory donut? Make the carpet darker. Can't we? Bagels can be sweet. Oh yeah, that's true. Have like a PB&J bagel. I guess they're like their own thing. Just a round. Does it even qualify as a pastry? Wheat item. Cinnamon raisin bagels with strawberry cream cheese. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, you have raisins? Dang it. Is this something you recently figured out? Their pants darker too. Maybe make this one's search lighter. Oh. Raisin donut doesn't have the same ring to it. This is marketing these newfangled sweet bagels. Enemy of grapes. so tasty though. I'm surprised. I know a lot of grape haters. I'm like in between. Like it really does work on bagels. But like eating them, it's like as a handful, I'm like, I eat this because fiber. But it's not that pleasurable of an experience. Grapes are fine, just not in pie. Oh yeah. I have never heard of a grape pie until today, and that was bizarre. I don't know, yeah. Grape flavoring? That's a lottery. I was like, I wish I liked grape flavor, but no, I don't. Because there's just too much grape flavored like cough syrup and things like that I just associate it with that. All this to be even better. Gelatinous pie is gonna pass as cooking the art. Oh, like there's like those really pretty, I don't know if it's pie or cake, really. Like the really pretty Japanese ones. Cough syrup would suck if it wasn't flavored at all. That's true. Wasn't like Dr. Pepper some sort of like medicinal flavored too? Dr. Pepper flavored cough syrup. Pine flavor? Yeah, I guess, because it's not like you're out there eating pines. You're gonna be like, alright, this is the medicine flavor. All sodas were originally medicinal. Oh, yeah, right. Like root beer. Lithium? Wait, there was lithium in 7-Up? I mean, I know, like... Lithium citrate. A mood-stabilizing drug. 1948 was when they removed it. Well, guess that makes sense. Well, it was popular in the Great Depression. Root beer is still medicinal. At least I feel good when we drink it. I mean, it also depends, like, what kind of root beer you're buying. What are the lines here? Lines. I could merge them. Root beer was called Brad's drink. It had beer in the name to get people to buy it. Wait, who's the root beer hater? Am I the root beer hater? Brad's drink. That's interesting. Brad's sauce? Oh no. That's awful. Maybe it would have sold. I don't know. Sometimes I think it would be interesting to have like majored in marketing just for the sake of it, but a lot of like those classes for marketing are very like corpo. There's like marketing for other things, you know? So that's interesting because like we changed ginger ale and ginger beer. I thought there was a more logical reason, but no, just beer just to get people to buy it. Interesting. Call those lines. What will happen? Whoop. No. Merge visible to new layer. Might make it 2. Coke had a Coke, blah blah blah. I still wanted to try the original Coke. Must have been a good time. I do think it's interesting, everyone's like, ah, the Mexican Coke. That's where it's at. I guess because it's like the sugar cane. Sometimes it's like super expensive. What it is. I feel like it could still have more contrast, but put this all in a folder. Oops. Get in the folder. Okay. Okay. Oh. Wait a second. Yeah, I kinda like that. Okay, never mind. I was gonna mess with the levels, but I think it's fine. I like that they're kind of the similar color palette. Probably post them separately though. Oh. What is that? Oh, thank you.
Sure.
Okay. Got a snack. I forgot. Technically the Bandito thing was for IRL Bandito. I don't know, I guess it works either way. Dang it. Unfortunately, now I have peanut butter on the hand I'm supposed to move my mouse with. Okay, this is awkward. Okay, okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is all I did. Wait, no, I did the possum drawing earlier. Where are they? They're blended in. Oh! Get them out of here. There they are. Yep, okay. 3 drawings. Completed. You need the possum posted separately with the caption. Wait, what caption? Pause later. Does that make sense? Pause later. Rest meow. I guess they're kind of cat-like. The leche. The milk. Oh, the dulce de leche. That was just hanging out. I think I deleted it. It just said I'll try this again. Is that what you wanted? It's very Dada-esque. Like you had to be there to understand what was going on. But I don't know, sometimes just like posting things with like no context is actually kind of funny too. Only the people of the stream will understand. Okay, I love this idea. Alright, I will post it like that. Should there be a caption like in the post itself or just like nothing? Just this picture. Want my new VOD to be there. Only at Twitch TV. Okay, that's a good one. I like that. Only at Twitch TV. Let me name that layer. Love it. Alright. I appreciate the ideas. See? Can't have this experience just sitting in a room by yourself drawing. Alright. Let me see. Beep 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 beep. Doing a raid. I might have to raid and run. Okay, I haven't raided them in the last 30 days. Go say hi to Noi. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. It's been great. I'm happy with what I got done. It's been great chatting. Great ideas from y'all. Yeah, take care. Also, happy birthday, Meowstachio. Hope the rest of your day is amazing. Good funnies, good art. Thank you. Y'all have good funnies as well. Alright. Goodbye.